When it comes to a trip to Sugarbush, the resort's marked expert trails are already among the hardest you can find anywhere in the East, let alone the entirety of North America. But the resort's unmarked trails take this level of difficulty to an entirely new level. Very few people know about these elusive lines. Their entrances are essentially impossible to find without prior knowledge, and there's some sidestepping and hiking involved as well. But once you find them, you'll be tackling terrain that not only blows the rest of the inbounds east out of the water, but is among the hardest skiable terrain one can find anywhere in the world. We had the immense privilege of arriving to snow conditions that were appropriate for a couple of these lines at the end of January, and in this video, we'll go through the experience of what it's like to do Sugarbush's hardest unmarked trails, the rare combination of obstacles involved, and the circumstances that make them so hard to fully do. Let's jump right into it. Our crew made it to Sugarbush the third weekend of January after a nice dusting of East Coast snow. After taking a few runs on Sugarbush's hardest marked trails, we wanted to try something different.
You ready to do that, but 10 times more extreme?
The first stop was Greg's Poop Chute.
What are we doing?
Doing the poop chutes!
Alright, lead the way, master.
The entrance to the poop chutes is purposefully very nondescript, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Oh, baby.
But even if you did know about the portal to the poop chutes, the next part might have been enough to have you go turn around. We were facing some of the thickest woods in the east, with extremely careful sidestepping required to get up the initial path. This was not a run for the claustrophobic.
This is just like the walkway to get to the start of it.
And after some more very thick trees, we finally made it to the official run starting point.
So Greg made it for, what is that, 53 years?
1961, 2014.
But before we went down, I had to ask everyone a really important question.
Okay, I do have to ask you guys something. How do you guys think the snow that is on the ground would mix with some factor packets?
I think it would mix great.
And just as I did at the top of this trail, I have to tell you guys really quick about Factor Form. Factor Form's hydration boost isn't just the base for a really good tasting snow cone, it comes with 5 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, no added sugar, and most importantly for the base of a good snow cone, 3 great tasting flavors. We chose the energy focused passion fruit guava flavor for today's treats.
I'm actually not even kidding. I think Factor should be the base for snow cones.
You heard it here first.
It's 0 added sugar.
But you can also try out the vitality-focused lemon lime flavor,
I've been thinking about this all day.
or the immunity-focused orange yuzu flavor.
This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever done, but this also actually tastes amazing.
Factor is channeling their passion for food into better-for-you supplements with Factor Form. Get up to 40% off when you shop using the link in the description below. And now, back to our regularly scheduled content.
Send it.
With our energy officially boosted, it was time to descend, and we immediately had our first party foul.
Oh no!
That's the optimal line, is it?
My ski got stuck.
The rest of us decided to go down what we decided was the cool way.
I feel like if you could get this in one go, you get some style points.
The GoPro does not do this part any justice, but it was incredibly steep and riddled with obstacles. Some expert maneuvering was certainly required.
Whoa!
Down there on the right.
Stay on my feet, doesn't count as a fall.
The next part was going to involve our first mandatory straight line. Our brave soul Nicholas showed us the way. Kind of.
Are you ready?
Sandy. Whoa! Oh boy.
I think I opened up the path a little when I slipped through the trees there.
What's up?
Then we saw what was up next.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
All right.
You have to contend with next. Yeah, you might get a little way to put it here.
Oh boy.
I get stuck in the snow again. I mean, if I can't do that, I'm not going to be able to do the church, so.
Yeah, this was only practice for what was about to come next. But before the end of this run, the East's infamous hidden obstacles were really starting to get at us.
Dude.
Yeah, people were starting to struggle, pretty substantially.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Look at, oh! Oh my God. Oh. Dude.
That was nearly like.
Oh.
Did you hit a stump? Because I hit a stump right
I just
there.
suck, man. I just suck.
You good?
just out of it, man.
Yeah, I think Avery probably chose the... Oh my God! Oh my God!
Uh-oh.
That poor tree!
And just like that, there was one less standing tree in the poop chutes, although this one was almost certainly already dead. But after a bit more maneuvering, we finally made it out of the poop chutes.
Well, that was a run.
So next up, we were going to be visiting a run known as Church. Located in between the Heaven's Gate and Castle Rock areas at the very top of the mountain, this run is notorious for a massive cliff face at the entrance to the run. We went in not even sure if we were going to actually attempt it.
Posted is a mandatory drop. But yeah, apparently at its smallest, it's 4 feet. At its largest, it's 7. Oh. Both of those may as well be 30 in my book.
By the time we got to the top though, only 4 of us were crazy enough to attempt the journey over. Me, your trusty Peak Rankings narrator, and our friends Ryan, Nicholas, and Parker. All these guys plus the crew you saw earlier joined us as part of PeakHouse Vermont 2025. More on that at the end of the video. After a short stint on the Paradise Trail, it was time to take off our skis and hike to the entrance.
How's everyone edges looking?
Terrible.
The hike was about 5 to 10 minutes in length, depending on your speed, but we had to figure out the exact location of the entrance to Church too. And as we would shortly find out, there was good reason this entrance was so hidden.
So the actual run itself is straight, but I think the cliff is this way anyway.
The run goes like straight that way from here, but the entrance is a little further up.
Aye, aye, Captain.
We finally made it to the church entrance, and boy was that one of the most insane entrances we'd ever seen to a quote-unquote ski run.
Alright. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh boy!
Well, I think there's a couple of different entrances. Straight line down like that, vertically into it, and just kind of...
You're gonna have your skis like hanging over the edge?
I mean, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, man.
Unfortunately, we decided we were not, in fact, going to risk it for the biscuit, and a 30-foot mandatory cliff drop was not on our to-do list with the day's conditions. Instead, we discovered a side entrance that was supposed to be the so-called easy way in, but the side entrance was way more sketchy than we originally anticipated.
There's no coverage in the chute-in. People have definitely just side-slipped down there, like you can see it.
Yeah. I mean, how else are we gonna get in?
I don't know.
I mean, I see what you mean.
I just don't see how you're gonna do. Like, my skis are already beat up.
All right, let's see.
Don't forget the necessary pull click.
Woo! All right.
Now, it was time for the rest of the crew to follow.
Yeah, it's doable. Not fun, but doable.
How did you get in here?
You basically have to carefully carefully place your ski beneath that rock. Or you do that. Yeah.
Well, that's one way to get down it.
You did it.
I did it.
You did do it.
Believe it or not, that was far from the most, let's call it, interesting entrance of our bunch.
Dude, you went from being a Slidebrook guy to this?
I learned that earlier.
Oh my. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, be careful. Actually, please be careful.
I got stuck because of the tree earlier.
Oh my gosh.
This is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jesus. I should not have said that. We're in church.
Sorry if I run into you.
All right. It'll make for good content. Woo!
Nice.
Hey, not bad.
And finally, the last guy in our crew dropped in to show us how it was done.
So far, I feel like you've scratched your skis less than Ryan. Oh boy. They're almost there, man. Woo! Nice.
But while all of us were quite humbled by that rock riddle drop-in, it was nothing compared to what was about to come next.
Go straight line through it.
All right, you want to show us how it's done?
No.
Yeah, we were facing a mandatory, no-error straight line that involved some high-speed turning. Even if we wanted to, it was too narrow to side-slip down. This was probably the highest consequence line any of us had ever seen in the East up until that point.
What's it looking like?
It's a no-fall zone, so don't fall.
Huh.
I don't think any of us were ready to hike back up to that first entrance though, so we decided to send.
You want to send it or not?
Kind of want to. It's definitely the biggest send I've ever done.
Yeah, not in that. I don't know what's on the other side of it.
Woo!
Hey, it's not too bad.
Sir. Woo! Nice. Oh boy.
Yeah, honestly, with the right technique, that was a doable line. But it turned out it was actually the calm before the storm.
Wow.
Are you ready for a worse one?
It is worse.
After 2 mandatory straight lines, it was indeed about to get even worse.
I want to run up. I don't want to just like slowly lip over it. What did it look like over the edge? Was it basically a
It's
fake?
good, it's just flat. I think what you'd want to do is to launch it and then ski it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good 15-foot cliff drop there, right into flat and hard-packed snow. Getting this right was going to be incredibly critical.
This looked a lot shorter on TikTok.
Oh no.
Not in focus.
This looked like 4 feet on TikTok.
Ready? Woo!
I'm glad I hadn't seen that landing before attempting that jump, because it looked way worse from below.
It's softer than anything else you'd normally see on the east.
And now, it was time for Parker, Nicholas, and Ryan to fall.
All right. Like, it's not an icy landing. No. It's just a little bit, it's not like soft powder, it's like a little hard pack.
Oh yeah, there's like nothing underneath this face.
Yeah.
So you gotta get that distance. Okay. So.
Who says? Woo! Oh! Nice. Good stuff, man. That was beautiful.
Parker made it down pretty smoothly. What about Nicholas?
Come on it, right?
Yeah, wait, but Parker's gonna take some stills.
Okay.
Let me get a little more out of the way.
Tell me when.
Let me get one more.
Good. Whoa!
I'm good.
Jeez.
That was a yard sale, but I'm
Yes, sir.
Oh my
Did you get
gosh.
some good shots?
I got the one.
I mean, I've never done that before, so
And that's the beauty of it. You get one take.
Dude, I cannot believe that.
What?
As soon as you landed, you just exploded.
Oh, rolling.
Yeah, Ryan saw what happened to Nicholas and noped out.
Just gonna try and get my ski.
Oh man, look at this in here, man.
Hopefully it's in one piece.
So we'd just done 2 mandatory lines followed by a cliff drop, but the run was not over. We had to follow these things up by heading back into the thickest trees imaginable.
Oh boy. That is thin cover if I've ever seen it.
By this point in the run, things were just getting ridiculous.
All right, wait, let's see what you just got a picture of.
That tree stand standing a moment ago.
Dude, you're 2 for 2.
Oh my God.
Today, man.
No. Jeez, dude. I think you're ready to go home.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was pretty much time for all of us to go home. And thankfully, by this point, we reached the exit back into the traditional resort. But there was something about these unofficial East Coast trails that released the most unhinged parts of our otherwise fairly seasoned crew. The Poop Chutes and Church brought serious challenges that none of us ever could have thought possible from an East Coast mountain, with big mountain obstacles such as mandatory straight lines and cliff drops, paired with traditionally East Coast situations like hard-packed snow, branches and twigs, and extremely dense forests. Sure, you can hit a daunting double black trail at a mountain like Jackson Hole or Whistler, but these out-of-bounds Sugarbush lines might be more treacherous than even those western giants. It's fair to say we left Sugarbush with a fundamental reassessment of what this side of the Mississippi could offer. And if you decide to hit these runs on your next trip, assuming you can find the entrances, know that you'll be entering some of the most metal-testing terrain experiences you'll find anywhere on the planet. Did you like what you saw here? Well, all these guys joined as part of our PeakHouse program, where we organize world-class trip experiences to Vermont, out west, and even internationally. PeakHouse is an absolutely incredible opportunity to ski or ride with others in a fully planned out but still down-to-earth environment. We have a ton of trips coming up, and you can check them out while we still have our 2026 early bird pricing using the link in the description below. Special thanks again to Factorform for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use the link in our description to get 40% off your first order. And special thanks to our Peak patrons. For more information on over 100 ski resorts in Vermont and around the world, check out peakrankings.com. See you for the next one.